How's everyone doing tonight? We're on the eve of February 28th, Friday, and this is Straight to the Streets. I am the co-host, Don Boss, and this is the host.
Straight from the street, this is Mama T.
Yes, it is. And we come to you today on a sort of a sad situation, and we're trying to help to the best of our abilities to get people on the right course, going the right direction when it comes to this topic. Hundreds of thousands and possibly millions of people, relationships are pretty much on a rocky road right now, or in a rocky path, or going down a way, or going to unfamiliar territories tonight. And what we're trying to do is see what keeps people coming home at the end of the day. What keeps you coming home to the same relationship which is stagnant in your eyes? What keeps you dealing with the same man or woman that you possibly know that is not right for you? What keeps you there? You know, we have a couple reasons. Matter of fact, we have 10. I don't want to say they're the 10 top reasons, but they're 10 reasons that we came up with. And a sidebar, I come to you on this topic really in a sad situation. I came across a post on Facebook, and it was a young lady, and she recorded her own suicide. And for those who don't know what suicide is, she recorded herself killing herself. And what made me reach out and grab this topic was, at the end of her video, she said, you know, after all the abuse she went through, all the foster homes, all the people that she felt like she could trust, she ran across a man. And she ran across a man. She was a young lady. She was around the age of 19, 20. And she ran across a man, and they were together, I don't know the X amount of time, but they were together for a while. They was together enough to where she kind of felt like she could confide in him, that she can believe in him, and that he wouldn't lie to her or do anything of that nature. And things turned to the worst, and they went back to familiar territories with her. And she recorded herself swallowing X amount of pills and drinking them with a heavy dosage of cough syrup. And that was something that touched me in a crazy way, because at the end of her situation, she ran to somebody that she thought that was going to be her end-all be-all. She ran to someone that she believed that was going to be her knight in shining armor. She ran to someone and she believed that was, so on say, the person that God had made for her. And in her video, which was real, it was a real riveting video. And all in all, out of everything she'd been through, she was hurt the most by the deception of the person that she was with before she took her own life. And on the heels of what we're talking about tonight, which is what keeps you coming home, what keeps you coming back at the end of the day, what keeps you hanging in there tough when you feel like there's nothing to hang in there for. And on the heels of that subject, Mama T, we have 10 subjects. But before we get into the 10 subjects, how do you feel about the average person that stays in a relationship that they know? Don't get me wrong, some people see the red flags off the bat.
Exactly.
Some people turn a blind eye. Some people suppress feelings. Some people do all of the above. But how do you feel about what can you express to a person who's in a relationship that's toxic, whether it's marriage or an engagement or just a long-term commitment?
Well, exactly. In the day, it's just like that. You know, I just gotta put number one, God in it.
Right.
You know, see what I'm saying? Everything I do, I gotta put God in it.
Right.
And whoever this young lady is,
right,
you know, my heart go out to her.
Right.
I mean, it's deep. It's deep that I imagine But you know, you just gotta look at God's in the midst.
Right.
You know, you know what
Yeah,
I'm
I
saying?
understand.
But it's okay to walk away.
Right.
It's okay to regroup.
Yeah. Right.
And when you regroup in a respectful way.
Right.
You know, see what I'm saying? But baby, let me tell you something. You don't have to take your life. You know, see what I'm saying? It's a whole lot of males, females, trying to take their life. I don't care if you blue, black, green, whatever. But you don't have to take your life.
Right.
It's a sunny day.
Right. It's a sunny day.
It's a sunny day,
Right.
and it's a blessing day. But you just gotta be there, and the family gotta be there.
Right.
And they just gotta talk her through it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's a whole lot of people that I watch the news,
Right.
I watch everything, you know, that me myself, hey, it's not that crucial.
Right. Right.
For you just take your life and you want to take your life behind somebody that you choose to love,
Right.
but they can't love you back.
Right.
You feel me?
I definitely feel you. And you said someone who you choose to love and they choose not to love you back. What she's trying to tell you is that, you know, it's okay
End of the day.
at the end of the day. And even though it may seem hard, trust me, it's nothing worth having that you don't have to put up a struggle for or put up a sacrifice for. So for the ones who are out there tonight that feel like they're in this type of situation, feel like they have no other way to go, feel like they have no other way to turn, feel like family is not there for them, because our first show had to deal with family, and family is a key intricate part. And in this young lady's part, she bounced around from so many people that wasn't family to her, and we're gonna try our best to give you guys 10 excuses of why people stay in bad or toxic relationships or marriages. But we don't want you to clutch on to these 10 topics. We want you to, by the grace of God, because we are, you know, two Christian characters, and God, Jesus, and the Holy Spirit is what we practice and what we believe in. We want you guys to break away from the normal. We want you guys to not feel afraid to leap out, not feel afraid to start over. Starting over is not bad, you know, especially if you're not already in a marriage. If you're just engaged to someone and you're just in a long-term relationship with someone, start over if the situation is bad. You know, don't hang on to something that
It's not meant to be.
it's not meant to be, that you're not getting the full effect or the full benefits from. You know, but when you start over, make sure you start over right. You know, we're not trying to preach to anybody. We're not trying to sound overbearing, but you as an individual, there's some things that you know that you should not be doing until you get to a certain aspect of a relationship.
Exactly.
And we will get to you with the 10 excuses that that we did research on, that people use to hang on to toxic relationships and bad marriages when we come back. Thank you. We like to welcome everyone back to Straight to the Streets. And I am Don Boss, and this is the host, Mama T from Straight to the Streets. And a lot of what we said earlier. First of all, before we get this thing started, y'all like these cups, and y'all probably wonder what's in them. This is chillable red. This is the drink of Mama T, and I have came accustomed to liking this drink. And we're drinking this, and we're eating artisan cheddar cheese. They got a good blend, and they go good together. And we like to be relaxed, and we like to be calm. You know, we like to enjoy ourselves and have fun while we shoot this show. We like to give y'all the best of us, and we will hope we get the best of you guys back. But on other note, we're gonna get back to the topic, and the topic was people who stay in bad relationships or toxic marriages. And a lot of what I told you earlier about the young lady who lost her life, like I said, I'm sorry to hear that, and may God have her, and may God bless her, and she be on the other side in a good place. And on lighter notes, we have 10 excuses that people make to stay in bad relationships or toxic marriages. These are not the top 10. Don't get it. We're not the gurus of everything. Like I said, this is my opinion. This is her opinion. And we're going to try our best to get people to change their way of thinking when it comes to being in a bad relationship or being in a toxic marriage. We are not advocates of divorce. We don't want people to get divorced, but you know, in some cases that's what it called for, and we're not the judge of that. In that aspect, we're going to get off into excuse number 1 of what people use to stay in a bad relationship or a toxic marriage, and it's I'll rather settle for who I'm with than be alone. I'd rather settle for who I'm with than be alone. Which saying is that I'd rather just keep taking what I'm getting, keep taking what I'm receiving, than possibly venturing off, finding out who I am, and possibly start new. What do you feel, or what can you tell a person that who would rather just stay in the same old revolving door, who would rather stay in the same old rut, instead of being by themselves, finding out who they are, and just pretty much not trying to do better for themselves when it comes to their relationship or their love life?
Me, myself, I'm just going to speak on me because I felt I'd rather be happy than being miserable. Right. You know, see what I'm saying? And long you happy, you okay. Right. But when you ain't happy, that means it's going to cause some drama. Right. It's going to cause some issues. Right. And I don't want that issue with my spouse or who the guy I'm with, right, or who I'm married to, this and that. I don't like the arguments. Right. I don't. Right. Me, myself, I don't like the argument. Right. I prefer to walk away in a respectful way. Right. You know, and I don't, you know, it's go back to the first show. Right. We can go back to the first show, and you can check me on it. Right. And I'm just gonna be real with it. You know, see what I'm saying? I always tell my nieces, my nephews, or your little ones, I don't care if you're blue, black, or whatever. Right. You know, see what I'm saying? I'm a type of person, you know, ain't no perfect relationship. Right. Right. It's not. Right. It's not, because God ain't made number one perfect man. That's his holy son. Right. But on top of it, it's gonna get back to the situation. Mm-hmm. Then gonna get back to the topic. Right. Don't go to bed angry. Don't go to bed angry. I don't care that you hug them. I mean, right, she might just gonna push you to the side. Right. When she put you aside, but I'm still gonna give you that hug. Right. I'm gonna tell you that I love you. Right. But when you know, women can get out there too. Right. I mean, it's just not all about the man thing now. Right. Right. Don't get it wrong. Right. Right. Now, you know, see what I'm saying? Right. No, everybody wants to say, "Oh, men's are dogs, this and that," but it's no, women's are dogs too, boo. Right. Right. You know, see what I'm saying? Right. But if you do it in a respectful way, right, and receive it, mm-hmm, and talk about it, right, hey, you'll be okay. I love you. You'll be okay. I love you. And saying love. And that's a big part of it. That's a big part of it. You said never go to bed angry at night. But that's pretty much kind of tied into rule number 1. Never go to bed angry at night. That's why a lot of people, but they would rather go to bed angry at night than go to bed lonely. And with that, a lot of people who would rather go to bed angry, bitter, rageful, with a lot on their mind. You know, we were people who were supposed to sleep peacefully every night. And with a lot of people trying to hold together or trying to salvage a bad or a toxic relationship or a marriage, it caused them to be uncomfortable. But it caused them to be so much uncomfortable that they are comfortable with being uncomfortable. And it's like a convenient thing.
which is our second excuse, is that they are comfortable. The second excuse people use is being comfortable with the person that they're with, being comfortable with their surroundings, and that's why they don't leave a bad relationship or a marriage. So explain or give some advice to people who feel like, or who just with it, I'm just happy, I'm comfortable where I'm at, and I just want to stay there, even though they know they could do better in life.
I look at like this. I prefer to be, like I said, number one.
Right.
You gotta be happy.
Right.
You gotta enjoy happiness. See, I'm the type of person that I like to go to the park.
Right.
I like to hold hands.
Right.
I like for my dude to just put me on a swing me. I like that. That kind of like,
right.
Yeah,
right.
that
right.
kind of like,
right.
you know, dinner and just. I need that. I need that love.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then, end of the day, you just gotta. I had a good day.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
But most relationship is not what it is.
Yeah.
We can't. I'm not the one to judge it.
Right.
You know, and you're not the one to judge me.
Right.
But the point is, I ain't trying to tell you how to run your relationship. I'm not trying to tell you how you pursue your relationship. But in the day, you got to be. No, I'm gonna have that smile on my face.
Mm-hmm.
In a joyful way, not in the wrong way.
Right.
Most people get it all twisted up and busted up.
Right. Right.
You know, see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
You know, I ain't saying nothing. I'm mad,
Right.
whatever,
Right.
this and that. But that's not love.
Right.
You know, you might can call it lust. You know, whatever you want to call it, you can
Right.
call it any day you want to.
Right.
But you just gotta be happy. And that man that you be with, or that woman that you be with,
Right.
hey, it's the main topic. I see about the main topic.
Right.
You gotta have that passion. If you ain't got that passion,
Right.
you ain't got nothing.
You said if you ain't got that passion, you ain't got nothing. She said if you don't have passion, you don't have nothing. From what I've witnessed, there are a lot of passionless relationships out there. And with the loss of passion, and you're being too comfortable with receiving what you get. And with that second excuse, you know, some people get too comfortable, and you become so comfortable to where you really don't even know whether you coming or going. You really don't even know that somebody is really treating you right sometimes or treating you wrong. And you said love or lust, which leads us into excuse number 3. Excuse number 3 is people saying I'm still in love. On the light of that, there are a lot of people that are in relationships, that are in marriages, that have fallen out of love with their better half or their other half. And there are a lot of people that are in relationships which they are the only ones who have any love. Because it's possible for a man or a woman to love that other person and they don't love them back. With that person who is hanging on to love in all the wrong ways and all the wrong places, to that woman or that man who is in love with that woman and that man that is in that marriage, that everybody in the world see that their spouse is not in love with them, but they, you know, are still in love with them. What can you give to a person? What can you say to a person? Because, you know, in a lot of situations, you can be that good friend that That's not trying to judge the relationship, trying to judge the marriage. But you see over that smoke screen. You see over that love is blind. You see what your friend don't see. Or you see what your brother don't see. What do you tell somebody who is still in love with a person that no longer loves
well,
them?
you know, it's just a point like to say that I can love you.
Right.
But do you love me?
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I can give you all my all.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I don't care if you married, you shacking up,
Right.
you living together or
Right.
whatever. But if I'm putting out 50,
Right.
and you putting out 20%,
Mm-hmm.
you ain't doing your dues.
Right.
You got to do your dues.
Right.
It's 50-50.
Right.
You know, see what I'm saying? I mean, when you're 50-50, that's 100%.
Right.
You know, see what I'm saying?
Right.
Yeah, it's gonna be some beautiful women out there.
Right.
You know, see what I'm saying?
Right.
But long you got that love for that
Right.
woman,
Right.
and that man got that love for the woman, ain't nobody can touch you.
Right.
You know, see what I'm saying?
Right.
Yes, it's gonna be temptation.
Mm-hmm.
You know, see what I'm saying?
Right.
It's gonna be very temptation. But I know I got me a good woman.
Right.
I know I got me a handsome man.
Right.
And when I got that handsome man,
Right.
hey, I'm gonna stand still. I'm gonna be strong.
Right.
You know,
Right.
see what I'm saying?
Right.
No, yes. Most women want that talk.
Mm-hmm.
If you can't give me that talk,
Right.
or you can't give me that walk,
Right. Right.
ain't happening.
It ain't happening, huh?
Ain't happening. Not at all.
Right.
It's not happening. This and that. Yes, you can default
Right.
in a relationship.
Right.
You know, see what I'm saying? But when you default in a relationship, then you go home to your
Right.
dude,
Right.
or he can go
Right.
home to that woman.
Right.
You gonna have that guilt.
Right.
And when you have that guilt,
Right.
I gotta tell you what's going on, man.
Right.
I just gotta tell you.
Right.
When I tell you what's going on,
Right.
tell you what now I'm gonna be real.
Right.
I gotta tell you what's going on, what I done.
Right.
And when you know what you have done, and when you default this here,
Mm-hmm.
listen, you can be with me,
Right.
or you can leave me.
Right. And being with a person or leaving a person, you can love a person and leave them, but to be with somebody after the relationship has defaulted and they can't cling to you, that takes a lot of love.
Deep love.
Deep love. And deep love is what a lot of people don't have these days.
No, it's not.
But we would like to thank everyone for tuning in as we continue with our 10 reasons of why people stay in toxic relationships. Alright, we're back to the 10 excuses of what keeps you coming home. 10 excuses that people use to stay in bad or toxic relationships / marriage. We just finished with I'm still in love. And like me and Mama T was saying, I'm still in love. It takes a strong person to still be in love with someone who's not in love with them. It takes a strong person to still be in love with someone who has done them wrong. It takes a strong person to be that person who is putting up that 100% in that relationship. And before we go off into reason number 4 or excuse number 4, you said 50-50. Now I want to explain to some people what 50-50 is. 50-50 is that man and that woman when we come together to make 100.
Exactly.
But you as an individual gotta be given 100%. And your spouse as an individual gotta be given 100%.
Exactly.
To make that 50 on your end and they to make that 50 on their end for y'all to come together and be that power couple and to get that 100%. Now we're not saying that relationships are perfect. We're not going to say that. No one is perfect. No thing is perfect. But you have to wake up in the morning and you have to give your all or give as much as you possibly can to make that your spouse to make that other person in that relationship feel loved, feel comfortable, feel happy. And on to excuse number 4 of why people choose to stay in toxic relationships and toxic marriages, or what keep them coming home, is that the sex is good, or that the sex is the best sex that I've experienced. Sex is not a bad thing, but sex can be possibly one of the worst things that can happen to a person if done wrong. You can't hold on to sex because we all get older. We all maybe get less active, you know, and you got to be wiser with sex, and you got to have more to your relationship than sex. What can you give a person? What kind of jewels can you drop a person who holds on to sex to be in a bad relationship?
Number one, I'm just gonna be real with it, and I'm not gonna sugarcoat it. Mm-hmm. Now, if I sugarcoat it, this show won't be straight from the street.
Right.
You gotta be real with it.
Right.
You know, sex gotta come with the relationship. I'm just gonna be real with
right.
it.
Right.
You know, see what I'm saying? I mean, if you ain't doing your dues and I'm doing my dues
right.
inside the bedroom,
mm-hmm.
that's a problem.
Right.
That's something deep.
Right.
You know, and I'm giving you all my love, but you're giving me back.
Right.
You know, see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
What you're giving me back.
Right.
I need to be nourished. I need to be loved. Mm-hmm. I you know what? Just talking on that sex point of view, mm-hmm. that I like to do a good dinner. Mm-hmm. You know, cook for my husband, or right. cook for my dude.
Right.
I like to do candlelight.
Right. And
then whatever happened on the other side of the picket fence,
right.
that's our business.
Right.
You know, see what I'm saying?
Right.
You know, I'm gonna take care of my end.
Right.
But when you lacking,
right.
Now when you lacking,
right.
Something wrong with that one.
Right.
And you ain't doing what you used to do. That's a problem.
Right.
And I'm gonna check that problem.
Right.
And I'm gonna check that problem in respectful way.
Right.
What happened to us?
Right.
We used to have some, you know, match.
Right.
You know, when you got that magic, that sparkle.
Right.
You gotta have that sparkle.
Mm-hmm.
And when you got that sparkle,
mm-hmm.
you can't touch it.
Right.
You know, see what I'm saying? And when you got that, I don't care, you's the finest woman in the world. Mm-hmm. I know what I got at home.
Right.
And I'm not gonna I'm not gonna default that.
Right.
When you default that,
right.
You know what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You weren't for me.
Right.
You wasn't.
Right.
Now, when I put default in this here conversation, mm-hmm. default, you lied.
Right.
In a respectful way.
Right.
You know, see what I'm saying?
Right.
That's why I always say default.
Default, right.
You know, see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
But Mel's dad, you come home every night.
Right.
I'll come home every night.
Right.
Now I'm just saying, just don't hit and quit it.
Right.
You
right.
know.
Yeah.
You know, you need that passion.
Yeah.
And when you got that passion,
right.
You know, I'm a big girl, baby, and I like that compassion. I like to get it on.
Right.
You know, see what I'm saying? Mm-hmm. You know, I'm gonna get it on with you, and I want you to get it on with me.
Right.
Don't make me do all my house, and you ain't doing all your house.
Right.
You know, see what I'm saying?
Right.
In a respectful way.
Right.
You know, I'm a type of person. I love make love.
Right.
You know, I love sex.
Right.
You know, but I want my partner.
Right.
I want my partner to feel me
right.
in the bedroom.
Right.
Now, if you don't feel me in the bedroom, we need to talk.
Right.
When we talk, and we can't talk about it,
right.
Guess what we need to do?
Right.
You know, We need to go see some counseling.
Right.
Some ain't right there.
Right.
When some ain't right there,
Right.
hey, we can fix it.
Right.
I ain't saying deport.
Right.
I'm saying we can fix this.
Right.
The way we got together, because the way we got together, it was through God.
Right.
You know, and most people just want to just do that breakup, and then they want to sleep with all them guys, and women want to sleep with this and that. I don't care what type of relationship you in.
Right.
But the point is, when you love me, you love me to the fullest.
Right.
And then you want to default and say that you didn't love me. But what happened? I didn't do anything.
Right.
I was just trying to be that woman for you.
Right.
But most people just give on the relationship.
Right.
But you can't.
Right.
Because the next man
may not be the best one.
ain't gonna be you.
Right.
And then you're gonna start thinking. When you start thinking it's up in here, here, that means you might cross my mind, but I get up out of it.
Right.
And when you cross my mind, what you gonna say? Man, I had me a good woman, I had me a good dude. Man, I messed that up. When I messed it up, man, God gave me another chance. I'll fix it.
Right.
And I have fixed it.
Right.
I have fixed it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I've been married 3 times. 3 times. But the man that I love, you'll never know.
Right.
But I know who I love.
Right.
But that's not your choice to know who I love.
Right.
But I know what my heart is.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I mean that deep love, that passion love, that real love. It's not nothing about fake. It's something that can caress me.
Right.
And when you caress me, baby, don't make me blow. Real talk.
Right.
Don't make me blow.
And I want to speak on something you said. You said what happened when relationships start to go bad. What happened? When sex go bad. When love is fair seeming. When love is pretty much no more around. When communication is gone bad, gone sour. Excuse number 5 of why people consistently come home every day and stay in bad or toxic relationships or marriages is because we have a child or kids together. I feel like if you can make it work out and you can positively, if you can move forward with some positive energy, it's good to work it out if y'all have kids together.
Well, done boss, I'm be real with you.
Right.
It's really not, you know, it's not about the children. I don't want to be with a guy behind children.
Yeah.
I want, the children don't come in the mix regardless.
Right.
You can't delete the children. But I want to be about us.
Right.
The family make it.
Right.
The family are the children.
Right.
You know, see what I'm saying? When the family make the children, but on side the picket fence,
Right.
we laying up in our bedroom and
Ain't no kids.
hey, ain't no kids there.
Right. Yes, because I'm not saying that let the kids be the reason y'all together, but I'm telling to the people out there who are viewing, to the fans who are out there viewing, if you have kids and it's your kid and his kid, and when you weigh your pros and cons and you look at your relationship and you realize the reason that y'all want to split is really behind nothing, if you can make it work, in most cases that's the best scenario. But don't let kids be the reason why you stay with somebody and be miserable. Don't let kids be that reason. And there are a lot of people who stay in relationships
behind children. Yes.
And the children ultimately get affected because now you have a mom and a dad who really don't love each other, who argue and fight and cuss each other out, and calling police on each other and doing all this type of stuff. And the kids grow up. The cheese is good, by the way.
Yes, it is. You know what? Actually, I was at ATB.
Right.
And you know me, I'm a chili red woman.
Right.
Baby, get you some chili red and this here cheese. This cheese will melt in your mouth. It just delicious.
Y'all don't get what she's saying. She said chillable red. Chillable red is brought to you by Franzia. We are advocates of chillable red, and the cheese that we are eating is artisan cheddar cheese. Artisan cheddar cheese. Yeah, man. She hit a home run out the park with the cheese. Cause the cheese.
I had to put you on it, huh?
The cheese. This some good cheese. It's some good cheese, and when she say it melts in your mouth, it really does. But before
this is just lovely.
Before we go to a commercial break, I was saying don't let kids be the reason why people stay together. And the next reason, as we can get into that real quick, is off the notes of your kids. Like I said, don't let kids be the reason why you stay in a bad relationship, because you don't want to send your kids away with bad habits. You don't want your kids growing up thinking that what they saw in their parents, and if it wasn't good, is the way to be. So sever ties if that's what you got to do, and just at the end of the day, make sure both of the parents be an intricate part of their kids' life. It's enough kids growing up without both of their parents, and we need all the parent love to love on their kids and stop letting the streets raise their kids. Don't get me wrong, every kid in the streets is not bad kids, because I ran across a lot of good kids that are in the streets, but we're tired of our kids getting lost to the system. Speaking of getting lost to the system, our next show is going to be about people who are trying to recover from coming back out of the penal system. So we don't want any other kids to get lost to the system. And on the way to reason number 6, or excuse number 6. Excuse number 6 is I'm cool with the person that I'm with until the right one comes around. I'm cool with the person that I'm with until the right one comes around. I don't see how you can see the right person if you're dealing with the wrong person at times, because your mind is kind of not focused. Like I said, I don't know everything, I
don't know everything either.
Right, but for ones who deal with the scenario or the situation that I'm just going to deal with this person until I find me something better. Don't play with your life like that. Don't play with anyone else's life like that.
That's right.
You don't know what people are thinking. We have enough people out here that actually feel like they control other people, which is not good. If you want to be free and single, be free and single. Be truthful with people. Be upfront with people. Keep it 100 with people. Because these days, man, people living and dying off of words that people give to them.
And then actually, Don Boss is everybody needs to check their surroundings, because love. I look at love as a disease. A person can love you so much, and then something happen, and women's killing men's and men's killing women's,
right.
And I ain't trying to go out like that.
Right.
And I'm gonna be real with you. I'm not gonna fake with that.
Right.
I'm gonna love you to the fullest.
Right.
And I want you to love me to the fullest.
Right.
And we can work through this here.
Right.
All that drama,
right.
And all that anger, all that confusion, and all that. That's not what's up.
That's not what it is.
That's not what it is. But I've heard a person say, I told this guy You know, we was very in love with each other. You know, see what I'm saying? I told this guy, you know, we made a promise to each other. We made a promise to each other. He told me to say, if you don't want to be with me, I ain't gonna be with you, but we'll talk about it. You know, instead of just walking away.
Right.
But when you walked away and when you default, that means when you default, you lied on the whole conversation. Because I believe whatever you told me,
right,
we could discuss it.
Right. And
when we did not discuss it, you wasn't real to me.
Right.
When you wasn't real to me, you know, I'm still going to be real with you.
Right.
So I'm always going to have that upper.
Right.
Now, that means that I'm going to have that upper on you. You show, you know, you default. That means you're going to have that down low.
Right, right.
When you have that down low, right, I'm still going to respect that.
Right.
I'm still going to respect that, right, in a respectful way.
Right.
But I still love you.
Right.
I might not be in love with you, but I love you for the word of God.
Right.
But love and love, that's two different things.
That's two different things. And on that note, she said you got to be real with a person. And just because someone is not being real with you, don't you stop your realness with them.
Be real. Just be real with yourself, baby.
And like she say, being in love and having love for someone is two different things. But we'll continue with the rest of our list when we come back straight to the streets. Thank you. All right, we're back. As we're approaching our final leg of the show, Straight to the Streets, I am co-host Don Boston. This is
Straight from the Street. This is Mama T.
Yes, and when we left before last commercial break, we ended off with excuse number 6. Excuse number 6 was of why people continue to come home, why people continue to stay in bad and toxic relationships was, I'm cool with the person I'm with until I find Mr. or Mrs. Right. And before we left, I told people, you know, don't play with your life like that. Finding Mr. or Mrs. Right, I mean, it takes time. It takes time, and it takes your full dedication. It takes your full awareness. You know, don't be with a person that you have doubts on. Doubts always come around unless you know that your security is up. You know, but don't settle for less when you know you got more to offer. With saying that, when I say don't settle for less when you know you got more to offer, the next excuse that people use to stay in a toxic relationship or a bad marriage is that we are engaged. Don't that count as a commitment? Engagement is a good thing. In most cases, it shows growth in your relationship, and it shows that you and your partner, your spouse, are moving forward. But engagement can be a bad thing.
Exactly.
Because sometimes, you know, people are given ultimatums to be engaged. And what I mean by ultimatum, for those who don't understand, is that when your wife or your girlfriend or whatever has to tell you, hey, if we're not going to get engaged, I'm going to move on with my life, that's not a reason to get engaged. You see what I'm saying? Or when your girlfriend has to tell you, hey, we've been in this same situation for so long. If we don't change something, I have to move on. And then that's when you have to act right. Engagement is a commitment, but that's not a reason that you should stay with someone that you're not comfortable with, or that you know that you know that's not good for you, or that you know you're not in love with. What can you tell a person about an engagement?
Well, I have actually I have been dating this guy over 10 years. You know, and he told me if we be together for 5 years, we was gonna get married. Right. But just looking on it, I mean, I'm still not married. I'm going to state to
Right.
see that dude. You
Right.
know what I'm saying? It's not about the engagement.
Right.
It's about who you are
Right.
and what you represent.
Right.
And because I'm always gonna love him.
Right.
I'm always gonna be with him.
Right.
And I don't need that in marriage.
Right.
You know, I don't look at that. You know, yes, we might become a married all
Right.
day long. You know what
Right.
I'm saying? That's a big part of it. But let me ask you something, Don Boss.
Yes, ma'am.
Just straight up, and I just want you to be real with me on this conversation. You know what I'm saying? I watch you grow up.
Right.
No, this is my nephew.
Right.
Don about this is my partner. Everything, I love him very dearly. I knew. And you got a beautiful wife.
Right. Speaking
She's
of that, happy birthday to my wife.
Hello, happy birthday. We love
Right.
you. And I knew when I met that young lady, you know, it wasn't my timing or your mama timing
Right.
or your sister timing. Say,
Right.
well, you need to marry Kanisha.
Right.
You know, see what I'm saying?
Right.
But I knew you was gonna marry Kanisha.
Right.
I just wanted to happen for God coming home, and
Right.
and it was beautiful because
Right.
I went there,
Right.
and it was just this glow.
Right.
You know, see what I'm saying?
Right.
Kanisha's a sweet girl. She's a
Right.
beautiful girl, and boy, look, and you got it going on.
Thank you.
You know,
Thank you.
you got it going on, and Kanisha, y'all got a beautiful son.
Right.
You know. Then on side of the box, you got other kids,
Right.
but you know, you do things in a respectful way.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You know, you didn't, you know, just, you know, you didn't hide nothing, but you came clean.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Man, I got the most high respect for you.
Thank you.
Sometimes I can't breathe.
Right.
And long as you cherish your wife,
Right.
and your wife cherish you, y'all gonna be there for like 50, 60 years, and God let us see it. You know, see what I'm
We
saying?
hoping. Thank you for that.
You know,
Thank you for that.
and I'm just not saying something to just inspire you because
Right,
you was
right.
my co-partner,
Right.
but I'm gonna be real with
Right.
it. You know, see what I'm saying?
Right.
That's one thing about Chancellor.
Right.
You know, you want to put the mama 10 and you can put the mama 10. I'm going to be real with it.
Right.
And she is so precious and she is so beautiful.
Right. Thank you.
And y'all got a handsome son.
Thank you.
And every time he don't know me like he need to know me,
Right.
I said, you know who I am? He said, you my auntie. I said, yeah, I'm your auntie and I love you.
Right.
Y'all got a handsome son. And he going to go somewhere.
Right.
And I know. And what you doing, keep doing it.
Thank you. Thank you.
And hey, end of the day, I just gotta be real with it. I'm a type of woman. I just gotta be real with it.
Right.
I am so proud of that. You said I do, and when you said I do, and you just hold them to the fullest.
Thank you.
And I hope everybody will respect what I'm talking about.
Right.
Because you can get married,
Right.
but you gotta walk the walk.
Right.
And you gotta walk the talk.
Right.
And when you walk the walk, you gonna walk the talk. God gonna finish the story.
Right.
You know, see what I'm saying? When God finishes that story, ain't nobody can delete it.
Right. And with that, thank you for everything that you have said about me and my wife. I mean, we greatly appreciate it. But I just heard you say you gotta walk the walk and you gotta talk the talk. And you said, you know, it's not all about the engagement. So engagement is not a reason for people to stay with each other.
Exactly.
And you said walk the walk and talk the talk. Which leads us to excuse number 8. Excuse number 8 is, I don't want to hurt nobody's feelings. That's why we're still together. You said walk the walk and talk the talk. A big part of decision making in relationships is you got to talk that talk, and you got to walk the walk, because you can talk all day and tell somebody that you love them, but it's your actions
that's speaking.
That's going to speak it and show that you love a person.
Exactly.
And when people say they stay in a relationship because they don't want to hurt each other's feelings, they walking the walk and they talking the talk, but it's not something that is healthy to their relationship. For people who don't want to leave a relationship because they're scared to hurt the other person, I feel that you got to be grown up. If you want to play in a grown up world, you got to act grown up. You got to be grown up. You got to go by the grown up rules. And
more grown up you get, more wiser you be.
More wise you should be. And sometimes everybody is not wise, even though they're grown. But you don't want to do anything to hurt anyone's feelings. Like, if you feel like you got to break away from someone, talk to them, like you said, respectfully. Talk to them respectfully. Let them know, hey man, I'm not trying to hurt your feelings, but this is just not going to work. You know, be respectful with it, because a lot of times of why people get hurt is not really because what they was told, it was how it was told to them. Because I can tell a person, hey, you know what, I don't think this is right, man. I can't keep living this lie, and I'm just not in love with you no more. Or I can tell a person, to hell, fuck it, I don't love you anymore. That what hurt them is how I said it more than what I said. You see what I'm saying? That what showed them that I really didn't give 2 cents about them. For people who stay in a relationship because they don't want to hurt anyone's feelings, which is, it seems like a childish reason, but you know,
it's a very childish reason, because I look at that. You gotta have that love. I mean, I cannot bear or be in love with you, and I know from my heart, deep in my heart,
right,
that you're not in love with me.
Right.
You don't see what I'm saying?
Right.
But don't keep me on the backbone.
Right.
Until you go out there and find this young youth.
Right.
And when you find that young youth, or you find that next person, and then I'm just all messed up.
Right.
When I'm all messed up, see, that's why sometimes females, you know what they say in the Word of God, females are weak vessels. And we are weak vessels. We are weak vessels because we give y'all males all our love.
Right.
And then y'all want to turn around, you want to cheat, you want to do this. No, don't get me wrong, I ain't finna knock the males down. There's some bad females out there, man. They just out there bad.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? It's not a point about, it's not no contents.
Right. Right.
With males and females.
Right.
But you gotta show that inner circle.
Right.
And when you show that inner circle, and you know that you love this woman, and this woman love you,
right,
man, I wouldn't care if you had $1 billion. I don't care that you had a bad piece. I mean, you had a bad outfit. You looking good. You fine. This and that. But still, I know where I'm going home to.
Right. Right.
I know what I'm going home to.
Right.
I'm a big woman.
Right.
You know me, Terrence.
Right.
I'm a big woman. And hey, if I got this right here, at this moment, at this time, no man on this earth can delete it.
Right.
But God.
Right.
But God. I'm going to give you all my all. And if you can't see that,
right,
that's a problem.
That's a problem.
That's a problem because, number one, man, I'm telling you, I don't care you hanging out with your friend, you hanging with your family, you hanging around your in-laws and this and that. I don't care. You know how guys talk. You know how women talk.
Right.
You know, see what I'm saying? Man, I had the bandana. When you say the bandana, and you let that bandana just go, that's on you. That's not on me. Because it's point blank is this. You don't want me. When I ain't gonna want you.
Right.
You feel me?
Right.
And then, don't hate.
Right.
Just say I messed up.
Right.
When you messed up,
Right.
it might come back to you.
Right.
But when it come back to you, in a respectful way,
Right.
you're gonna do the right thing.
Right.
You ain't gonna do the wrong thing. You gonna do the right thing.
Right.
If you don't do the right thing, and you still want to do that same default,
Right.
let somebody love me.
Right.
Cause you can't give me the love that I needed.
Right.
But just let somebody love me that I need to be loved.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Most guys, I'm not knocking the guys down because, I have a whole lot of homeboys.
Right.
I'm not knocking y'all down because, Mama T love y'all.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Most guys don't want to lose.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Trust me, I know that.
Most guys do not want to lose.
Right.
But you're going to lose on the end because it's going to be somebody else that's going to give me that love.
Right.
And when they give me that love in a respectful way,
Right.
it's going to be a time that you're going to say, man, I had that woman, man.
Right.
Man, I messed up, man.
Right.
I had that woman. Now look at her. She doing her now.
Right.
She doing her in a respectful way.
Right.
And all these women want is true love.
Right.
Because they're going to give you everything that they have.
Right.
Sometimes women's cover their heart.
Right.
I'm the type of woman to cover my heart.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
When I cover my heart, because I've been hurt.
Right.
I've been very hurt.
Right.
But I ain't going to say I ain't going to give up on love.
Right.
Because if I give up on love,
Right.
that means I give up on God.
Right.
And I ain't finna give up on God. I don't care. I got me in a relationship 10 times.
Right.
I'm not going to give up because God is a lovely person.
Right.
And when you got God in your heart and you know that you're doing this and you're doing the right thing, hey, you know what to say? I can't do nothing else about it. Let God do this. God do the separation. You might don't understand.
Right. I picked up on something you said. You said women just want to be loved.
Yeah.
Women just want to be loved.
Exactly.
But you said, due to you being hurt, you covered your heart.
Yeah.
To a certain extent.
I do.
A lot of young men out there and a lot of young women out there have covered their heart. So to say a lot of people have covered their heart so much to where we're going to get into excuse number 9. Which excuse number 9 is money or the things that can be brought to a table by your spouse or your lover or your friend or your mate. A lot of people these days are in relationships due to the beneficiary, the benefactor, or of what someone can do to them or what someone can do for them. It's a sad situation, but a lot of young men and women are pretty much, I'm out to see what I can get.
Exactly.
I'm out to see what I can gain. I'm out to see what I can take. I'm out to see who can take care of me.
Yes, that's true.
Which, in a way, it makes me feel like what we see as a relationship. You know what? I read something out of a magazine that said by the time 2020 gets here, the thought the inclination of a long-term relationship or marriage will be no more. That, now don't get me wrong, that's not God. That's man speaking. It came out of an article. But the way I see people nowadays, the way I see people coming up, and what I see them gearing for or wanting in a relationship, I see people who go to relationships backwards. You know, I see people deal with relationships in a certain way that it's no longer the way that it used to be. But we're gonna get to you on that when we come back to Straight to the Streets real soon. Thank you. Alright, we're back live from the commercial break, and we're gonna finish off the final segment of the show Straight to the Streets. What keeps you coming home at night? What keeps you in that bad or that toxic relationship or marriage? And before we left to break, we was on excuse number 9. Excuse number 9 was money, or the things that it brings to the table. And like I said before I left, I don't think money is a reason you should stay in a bad relationship or a bad marriage, because like I told you, like, you know, people are really tied into money these days. And overall, you know, love should be the reason why you stay down with a person. Money is a good thing because, like I said, we need it. Everybody need money. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
You shouldn't love it, but we need it. And money tends to be a little funny sometimes when it comes down between the relationship between a man and a woman, because some people, you know, relationships fall to the wayside of who makes the most money in the house. Some people relationship fall to the wayside on who handles all the bills, and they feel like the person who take care of predominantly all the money situations is the leader of the house, which is not always true. Because with me and my household, I'm not gonna lie, I just get the check, I give it to my wife, she handles the business. That's just how I feel like it needs to be done in my household, because I pay attention to detail, but I ain't gonna lie, she got me beating that department. What do you feel about the money aspect and why people stay with?
I'm a type of person like that. I'm the breadwinner.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And then on top of it, you know, actually, let's go back to the whole scenario. I'm a single parent. Mm-hmm. I'm a single grandma, and you know, I'm the breadwinner. Right. But on this, right, I don't want nobody, whoever I be with, right, because of my finances. Right. You know, my finances is big. And when my finances is big, my finances is for my family. Right. It's just not for a nigga. Right. It's not for a dude. Right. But either way, it's gonna be, if you can't give me 50, I'm gonna give you 50. If you can't give me 100, I can't give you 100. Right. You know, that's gonna cause some default. Right. And when that causes some default, right, that's gonna cause some problem into our relationship. Right. Right. And you don't want that cause no default, right, into our relationship. Right. See what I'm saying? Right. Because, you know, most guys want, you know, God didn't bring woman bring that head out. Right. He bring man, right, first. Right. And you know, we gotta respect that. Right. That's who God is. Right. But end of the day, you know, you just gotta check your rebound. You're saying, hey, let that man be that man. You let that man be that man, he gon' provide. Right. You know, see what I'm saying? When you wanna be, hey, woman and man, ain't gonna happen. Right. It's gonna be some default, it's gonna be some drama, it's gonna be some problems. Right. That means that when it's gonna be some problem, that, hey, he gonna go his way, or you gonna go your way. Right. You know, y'all can combine and make back up, right, but back of that young man head, or that older man head, right, you know, you gotta check your rebounders. Right. You know, see what I'm saying? Right. But the point blank is to say, hey, let's do it together. Right. And when you do it together in a respectful way,
Right.
hey, it's gonna come together.
Right.
You know, your check, my check,
Right.
and we combine together.
Right.
And then maybe we might have a little bit more change.
Right.
You know, we could splurge.
Right.
But when you just doing all the bills,
Right.
and I ain't putting in,
Right.
or I ain't putting out,
Right.
hey, well, what are light bill gonna get paid
Right.
at? What are we gonna get paid
Right.
at?
Right.
How we gonna buy Pampers?
Right.
How we gonna buy food?
Right.
How we gonna buy what we need?
Right.
But you got to do it in a respectful way and just say, hey, baby, we gonna do this,
Right.
and we gonna do it right.
Yeah.
Hey, I don't care. Yeah, I mean, you get a piece of paper.
Right.
You know, I pay this, you pay this, and then what's so better? When we got together, then guess what? I don't care it's $20.
Right.
I don't care it's $50.
Right.
You get 25, I get 25. But if I can put me 25, you might get 10
Mm-hmm.
because you ain't putting out.
Mm-hmm.
And that means there's something wrong with that one.
Right.
I mean, you know, hey, I always say it,
Right.
you know, I always tell my loved ones that I love them very deeply, you know, hey, I always look at money's crucial.
Right.
It's very crucial.
Right.
You know, it's deep, man. It's very deep. I love the way I'm living
Right.
today.
Right.
I ain't no rich woman.
Right.
But I thank God, whatever God gave me, I'm a very blessed woman.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Now, I got, you know, I love my people. I love my family.
Right.
I love everybody.
Right.
But when that money and that issue, don't go out and say that, well, I did this, I did that, I did more, but you did. Okay.
Right.
Oh, now you trying to put me on blast?
Right.
Now you trying to say what you did?
Right.
But you ain't never say what I did. You know? That's not what's up, boo.
Right.
You know, we gonna do it together
Right.
in a respectful way as that couple. Ain't gotta be, you know, it's most people is not married.
Right.
You know, we can accept that.
Right.
But we can be in a relationship, we can live together, whatever. And I'm not the type to judge nobody, and they can't judge me.
Mm-hmm.
You see what I'm saying? Just take care of it and
Right.
do it right.
Right.
And then we're going to split the odds.
Right. What I got something else that came to mind. This is something that can be talked on a future show that me and you are already planned out, but it has something to do with money and staying together with people for money. What about these cases where these people are only staying with the woman? A man is only staying with the woman just because, you know he don't love this woman, and he know this woman probably crazy about him, but he don't want to pay child support, so he like, you know, it's cheaper to keep her. And vice versa, a woman who know she don't want to be with this man, and but she don't want to see him with nobody else.
Well, you know what, Don Boss, on the end of the day, and I'm being real with you, I have 2 kids.
Right.
And they grown now. They grown.
Right.
I didn't put child support on
Right.
on my
Right.
my children's fathers.
Mhm.
I didn't do that. You know, I didn't believe in that.
Mhm.
I mean, hey, you know, I had these kids by myself.
Mhm.
I didn't do that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I don't have to go to the, excuse me, no disrespect. Hey, I ain't no idol.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Hey, I love all different colors.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? I don't need to put the white folks in my business.
Right. Right.
You know, long you do your part,
Right.
I damn sure gonna do my part.
Right.
And when I do my part,
Mhm.
and please, in a respectful way, the young you, the young men, the older men,
Right.
y'all want, nah, the young men, don't understand. When you can produce a child, but it's a man to be a father. And when that man be that father, hey, be real with it.
Right.
You know, see what I'm saying? Right. Them kids ain't asked to get here.
Right. Right.
Them kids ain't asked to get here. But you gonna do your dues.
Right.
You know, see what I'm saying?
Right.
And most of them don't. I'm a baby. I'm a daddy now.
Right.
But when you're a daddy, but do your dues.
Right.
And do it in a respectful way. And when you do it in a respectful way, maybe that damn baby mama want to try to put them papers on you.
Right.
And when they put them papers on, just take care of it. I don't care. I'm a type of person. I don't care if you came with Pampers. I don't care if you came with a little clothes.
Right.
It's not about how much you spend.
Right.
It's about what you do.
Right.
I don't care if you go and spend $5.99 on the outfit.
Right.
You know, see what I'm saying? Well, my baby daddy doing taking care of his kids.
Right.
You know, see what I'm saying?
Right.
Ain't about no Jordan, ain't about this, ain't about that. But in the respect for the end of the day, you know, hey, take care of your kids in a respectful way.
Right.
You know, most people, most female, they want their kids dressed up to the top. No, don't get me wrong. I'm a bad woman.
Right.
I look good.
Right.
For a big woman.
Right.
You know, see what I'm saying?
Right.
But I don't want my baby daddies, and I have two.
Right.
You ain't gotta come with no Jordans.
Right.
You ain't gotta come with no big gifts.
Right.
You know, send them a card.
Right.
Take them out to eat. Take them to chicken cheese.
Right.
Take them out to CC's. Spend some time with them. Take them to the park.
Right.
You know, but you ain't gotta just go out the wild with it.
Right.
You know, see what I'm saying? Long. You doing your effort.
Right.
And when you doing your effort, I'm okay.
Okay.
That way, when you doing your effort,
right.
I ain't never did it.
Right.
I ain't never did it. I put my right hand to God take me where I stand at. I ain't never put no child support. I ain't never want them. I raised both of my boys, and I love them, and I ain't asked their daddy to do none of it.
Right.
None of it. Because you know why? You know why? Real talk. Mama gonna be mama.
Mm-hmm.
And daddy gonna be daddy. But mama gonna do more. Now there's some good father figures. It is. Mm-hmm. It's some blessed father figures. I ain't trying to knock the young men's down.
Right.
Or the old school down, you know, as that young man. But you know, there's some bad women's out here don't care about their children.
Right.
Or there's some bad grandmothers don't care about their grandkids.
Right.
But me, I do.
Right.
I get broke behind mine.
Right. Right.
And hey, if you can't check that, something wrong with you.
Right. Yeah, I understand that. And she pretty much saying, you know, don't stay with anyone for the money. Don't stay with anyone for the lack of. Just handle your business.
Just handle your business.
And split respectfully if you're gonna split.
Yeah,
you know,
no kids ain't asked to get here.
Right.
You know,
don't let
just do what you do.
Don't let reasons
in a respectful way. Don't
let reasons 1 through 9.
Yeah.
Be why you hang on to something that's bad.
Yeah.
Which
and don't default it.
Right. Don't default your relationship. Now this is the final topic of the night that we came up with. And why what keeps people coming home and what keeps them staying in a toxic relationship or bad marriage is that the person will change. That the person will change. Just give them a little bit more time, they'll change. Whether he or she did this, I'll just give them a little bit more time, they'll change. Whether they did this or that, it's no telling what it is. Just give them a little bit more time and they will change. I believe people can change, but you got to put your best foot forward and show me that you're gonna change. You can't keep giving me the same game that I've been seeing for years and years and years and years and years, and because it's gonna come to a point where I'm gonna look at you and say, hey, it ain't no changes. So guess what? I'm gonna make a change for both of us. So with that, a lot of people hang on to that. Just they gonna change. They gonna change. I know they're a good person inside, because every person, I don't care if they the most stone coldest of killers, they was good at once.
Well, no disrespect done, boss.
Right.
I'm just gonna be real with it, because I'm the type of woman that I am. I'm the type of person to say this. I can be in a relationship. I can be in a relationship for 10 years.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Give me the benefit of the doubt.
Right.
I'm gonna change.
Right.
I'm gonna change.
Right.
I'm gonna change. I'll work with you. I'll be there for you.
Right.
I do this for you.
Right.
Hey, we living together. We been together. Right. And then you go to this the same bull crap.
Right.
And then you get caught up and you doing the same bull crap.
Right.
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 I'm gonna get tired.
Right.
That means, why is you holding me on to something that whatever God choose to have for me, but I just don't wanna. I just can't give up on that type of change.
Right.
But when I give up on that type of change, I need you to love me.
Right.
Who I am.
Right.
If you can't love me who
right.
I am,
right.
At this moment,
right.
At this time,
right.
At this minute,
right.
At this hour,
right.
Let me go.
Right. Right.
Let me go and find somebody that's gonna cherish me.
Right.
You know what? Right. Cherish me.
Right.
It's not too much for cherish Tangela.
Right.
Not Mama T.
Right.
You know, I like to walk in the park.
Right.
I like that catering.
Right.
I like to go to the park. I like to chill.
Right.
I like to do a kind of like dinner.
Right.
I like to listen to little Shorty.
Right.
You know me. You know I am Shorty. You know I love me some Shorty. You know what it is. If I ain't playing Shorty, cause you gotta know the lyrics.
Right.
You don't know the lyrics of Shorty, you can't get that conversation with me.
Right.
You know, I like that soft moment. I like
right.
that passion. I like that love.
Right.
I like that groove.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I ain't saying you get that groove with somebody else. You
right.
get that groove with me.
Right.
If you can't get that groove with me, please, I'm telling you, just walk away.
Right.
And you walk away, when you walk away in a respectful way, hey, I'm okay.
Right.
I ain't gonna hate you.
Right.
I'm gonna love you.
Right.
You know? And I still have that respect for you as my friend.
Right.
You're always gonna be my friend,
right.
but gonna be a time, check this out. Now this is crucial.
Mm-hmm.
This is very crucial.
Mm-hmm.
When you wanna be with Tangela,
mm-hmm.
somebody else got Tangela.
Right.
But don't say I messed up.
Mm-hmm.
No, you messed up and busted up.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Just give me what God gave me.
Right. Right. Right.
You know, give me that love.
Right.
I just really want the love,
right.
man. And when I got the love,
right.
No woman or no man can prosper or take nothing what God gave to me.
Right.
Now, hey, if you can't get it, that's on you. Now, hey, I don't know what else to tell you. If I can't tell you the truth, I can't be Mama T. This is what it is.
Well, like she said, I ain't gonna contest what she said. She just want the love.
Now, there you go.
And us, as the Straight to the Streets talk show, we just want the love. We want the love of the viewers. We want the love of the people. And we want the attention. We would like to thank you guys for tuning in. Look out for next Friday's show. It'll be a second chance for the ones who coming out of the penal system of the United States. And be sure to look at the previous show, The Family Breakdown, and tune into this one. Share us with your friends, share us with your family, share us with your loved ones. And like we say, it's just our opinions. It's our opinions. Don't take anything the wrong way. Feel free to hit us up on Facebook. Like we said previously, hit us up on Facebook at Tangela Stevenson, which is TANGALAR Stevenson, STEVENSON. That's how you get in touch with her on Facebook. The easiest way to get in touch with me is just to go to her friends list, find Don Boss. It's Don Boss, DON, capital letters, BOSS, capital letters, and you can find me. Leave your comments, good or bad or ugly. We understand that we're gonna have haters, but we ask y'all to come, bring us everything you got, because we want to listen to it, we want to hear it, we want to read it. And like I said, bear with us. We're trying our best to give the world, the viewers, the fans, the best possible outcomes, the most positive answers that we can possibly give. And until then, stay tuned to Straight to the Streets with Don Boss and your host, Mama T.
Straight from the streets.
I love it.